is Kyle, and welcome to my channel, Nourishing Noble. ASMR. It's a nice video. I'm going to be giving you guys part 4 to my Nourishing Whisper Ramble series. This video is going to be pretty casual. I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite movies with you guys, some of my favorite actors, and then I'll also talk about some of my favorite music artists. So I'll talk about movies for the first half, and then the second half I'll talk about music and my favorite artists. So without any further ado, you guys have really been enjoying this series. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel, for liking the content, and also for giving me suggestions. I really, really appreciate all of you guys. Without any further ado, let go. So we're gonna get into some of my first movies that I fell in love with, and that really had a huge impact on my childhood and upbringing. The first movie on my list of favorite movies of all time would have to be The Matrix. Now, I know that may also be a lot of other people's favorites, or I may be one of the few of the cult following, but The Matrix, wow, when that movie first came out, that movie was freaking crazy. I can remember vividly watching that, and I think I was around the age of like 8 or 9 when I saw The Matrix, or in my early teens, a preteen. And just seeing the level that they took CGI, and how they were using the use of slow motion, which obviously was done before then, but not done in the way that they created, that world. Now let's talk about the actors in the movie. You have Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, to name a few. And those are actually some of my favorite actors. For those of you who don't know, I have a background in acting, so I really, really appreciate great acting. Those are some of the best on-screen performances I've seen by most of the cast member. It was a solid casted film, and some of the best action sequences I've ever seen in a film. Like, hands down. Like, you can compare The Matrix with movies to this day, and it still stands its own. Okay, so that brings us to The Lord of the Rings. Now, this is such a great movie, such a great trilogy, and such a great world that was created on the big screen. I remember when I was young, my dad took me to the first showing of The Fellowship of the Rings when it first came out. I think it came out around Christmas. I remember being in that theater, like near the front row, and I don't know why we wanted to sit near the front, because to this day I always want to sit in like the middle of a theater, because I like to have the best view of the screen. But anyways, so my dad took me to go see that film, and I was just in awe the whole time from the world that was created on the big screen from J.R. Tolkien. Was just incredible. The animation incredible, the acting incredible, the characters that came to life from the books incredible. And that film also has amazing actors in it, from Orlando Bloom to Elijah Wood to Viggo Mortensen. Incredible film. When I was just a child seeing that film, I was like, my goodness. Like, I also am a sucker for fantasy. Immediately, you're just brought into that world in those films, and it takes you through Middle Earth, and you feel like you're a part of the action. I love films that will just completely immerse you into the world that's created for you. And I've obviously seen all three of them. And I've also watched the Hobbit films that came out. But I liked The Lord of the Rings a lot better than those Hobbit movies. And yeah, comment in the box below. Which one do you guys like more, Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit? So yeah. Another one of my favorite movies of all time would probably be The Mummy. Now that it may not be one of the best films of all time, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It just really brings me back to my childhood, man. I love ancient Egypt and learning about the culture. And even though there's probably a lot of things that, well, it's a Hollywood film, so I know that there are a lot of things that are historically incorrect, but I loved that film growing up because I felt like I was immersed into that world. Now Brandon Fraser, I don't know if he's gotten any acting awards, but I thought he did a great job in that film, as well as the co-star, the co-actress, and I forgot her name. So if you guys remember her name, please comment in the box below so that I can remember who it was. Another one of my favorite films of all time is Forrest Gump. Now, I know I'm probably preaching to the choir with some of these movies because they're probably a lot of your favorites too. But, they're amazing. So you can't really, say that they're overrated or whatever, because to me, Forrest Gump is one of those films that I can watch anytime it's on television. And I'll still be intrigued, in the movie the whole time. Tom Hanks, easily one of my favorite actors. He's been in so many films throughout the years. Other films I love from him are Castaway, I'm Big, one of his early films back in the day. He's been in so many great films. Yeah, so that film is crazy. And I love how in that film, Forrest is doing all of these things, where he's being a part of history. But obviously it's fiction, but I love how they incorporated, scenes from Vietnam War, how he went to the White House, drank all of those sodas, and had to pee. It's like, I love how innocent and how naive Forrest was, and how he was so pure. But how he still did amazing things with the cards that he was dealt. And that's really what life's about. We may not all be given, an amazing set of, amazing hand of cards. But it's what you do with them that really shows you the type of person that you are. And that's why I love that film. Because he was doing so many amazing things. He may not have had the mental capacity as far as book smarts and intelligence, but he had a pure heart, and he had the will to give. And I feel like that trumps a lot of book smarts and brains. Another one of my favorite films of all time is The Karate Kid. Classic film. Takes you back to, also to my childhood days. I just like The Karate Kid because there was a lot of lessons in that film that I still remember to this day. Mr. Miyagi from the film, he had a lot of antidotes that he would teach Daniel as he was teaching him karate. And like the old saying, wax on, wax off. Daniel, Mr. Miyagi made Daniel repeatedly, wax his whole dojo and wax it off. And he didn't understand the reason why he was constantly doing that. But then, when he got to the next part of his training, when they started incorporating, punching and stuff like that, he already had down the movement so well, because Mr. Miyagi knew that to train someone needs to be in simple steps, and then you gain the knowledge. So I'm watching the spin-off show on YouTube Premium now called Cobra Kai, which is a spin-off off of The Karate Kid. I found that Will Smith was one of the producers of the film, so go figure. Another one of my favorite movies which is actually a cartoon and in the Disney world, is The Lion King. Growing up, I could literally give you every word and song of The Lion King without fail, every time. Lion King, man, is classic. It's just a classic, amazing film. It's the story of a young cub whose father is the king of the jungle, and he's gonna, be the king of Pride Rock. His father dies at a young age, and his estranged uncle takes over the kingdom for some odd years, and then he banishes him. And then when he grows up, Simba takes his rightful place as king, and he realizes that he didn't kill his father. And it's just a great film, man. I love it. The music is great. The soundtrack is great. Everything about that film is great. James Earl Jones as Mufasa gives me chills every time. Also, another one of my favorite Disney films would be Aladdin. Classic. And then they're also making the new live action version with Will Smith as the genie. So I look forward to seeing that film. Okay, guys. So those are some of my favorite movies of all time. Again, please comment in the box below of some of your guys' favorite films and some of your favorite actors and why you like them. And then give me a little story. Okay, guys. Next are some of my favorite music artists. Some of the music influences I grew up listening to. And if you guys want to share with me your favorite music artist and favorite songs of all time, please comment in the box below. So let's take it back to when I was a little kid. My dad would play a lot of Motown to me and my sister. Groups like The Temptations, to Diana Ross, to Smokey Robinson, to the Jackson 5, to the Commodores, to my favorite artist growing up and to this day is Michael Jackson. I've never been so emotionally moved from music as much as I have from that man's music. Even from the days when he was in Jackson 5 and he would sing, I've never felt emotion like that, before. And that's when I fell in love with music, when I was at the young age, listening to songs like that from the Jackson 5. And then when he transitioned into a solo career, legendary, man. My favorite album from him is obviously Thriller, because you have some of his greatest hits on there, like Beat It, Thriller. Yeah, man, that album has impacted all culture. It's impacted, artists like The Weeknd. There's so many people in the industry now who could probably say that their inspiration was Michael Jackson. So, yeah, his legacy speaks for itself. I also love, old school R&B, when we go to, the late 80s, early 90s, and you get into groups like New Edition, Belle Biv DeVoe, Jodeci, 112, Brian McKnight, and then I also had I wouldn't really call it a punk phase, but I was really into when I was in high school, also Maroon 5 was, a great band, still is. And then that brings us to today. Most of the music I'm listening to is either hip hop or some alternative music. I'm still listening to Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. I also listen to artists like Drake, G-Eazy, Wale, I Am Sue, Wiz Khalifa, Meek Mill, Trippie Redd, Kyle. Probably my more favorite hip hop would probably be more lyrical. I enjoy more lyrical hip hop, but I love it to be on. I love it to actually have good music under it. A lot of the music that is mainly just trap music. Sometimes a lot of times nowadays it lacks substance in the lyrics and what it actually means. But if it has a mixture of both of the two, then I love it. Another one of my favorite artists on the indie scene is Toro Imo. Been rocking with him since 2013, and he's one of my favorite artists. He has a unique voice that you would think that you would hear back in the 80s or something like that, or 70s. But his music is so groovy, so funky, and he has a swag about him. I really love that. I really love that dude. Also a band called Hippocampus. They give me my rock fix. Every time I turn on a song from them, Where It Goes, Bambi, it just puts me in my nice rock zone, and I feel like I got that fix. So guys, check that group out if you haven't heard of them. Why music and movies are so important to me. That's essentially how I grew up. When I give you guys more videos, I will talk about my upbringing and my childhood, and music and movies had a huge impact on the person and man that I am today. It means a lot to me, music and movies, and I grew up majority of my life singing, performing, acting. So I just love that world and being involved in all things that come with it. Thank you guys. Thank you, my crew, Nourishing Squad, for watching tonight's video. Please comment in the box below with your favorite movies and also music artists and songs that you guys like to share with me, and let's get a discussion going. And I just wanted to say thank you guys for helping us grow. We're almost at 300. So thank you. Thank you so much. I couldn't have done this without you. I will see you guys in part 5. Peace out.